Test.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kyle Martinez, and I'm the board president of DMEA. Welcome to our 2022 annual meeting. We're excited to be celebrating with you in person this year. And before I call the meeting to order, I want to let you know that dinner will open again after the meeting for those of you who didn't get a chance to eat beforehand. So now I officially call DMEA's annual meeting to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and join me. I pledge allegiance I will now ask Director Damon Lockhart to lead us in prayer. Damon?
Dear Lord, today we give thanks for the many blessings we have been given in our communities here on the Western Slope. We ask for knowledge, wisdom, and grace as we work as a community to serve our membership and our families. We ask for the safety and well-being of our linemen, staff, and those working in the field to serve our mission. Please help provide guidance to our elected officials, servicemen and women, and all that serve the people of our great community. In the Lord's name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Damon. I will now ask the DMEA Board Secretary, Jock Fleming, to deliver the quorum report and confirm the official notice of this annual meeting.
Thank you, Kyle. I'll now present the quorum report, and I'll read the official notice. In my capacity as the DMEA Board Secretary, I, Jock Fleming, report that there are at least 50 members here, and therefore we have a quorum for the meeting. Notice of this meeting was posted on DMEA's website at least 6 months in advance of today's date, and all members were individually contacted via U.S. mail about today's meeting at least 10 days prior to today. This meets the notice requirements of the DMEA bylaws. This concludes the quorum report and the reading of the official notice. Thank you, members, for all attending the meeting. Kyle?
Thank you, Jock. I would like to introduce my fellow board members. Directors, please stand or wave as I call your name. Bill Patterson, District 1. Jacob Gray, District 3. Ken Watson, District 4. Kevin Williams, District 5. Damon Lockhart, District 6. Eno Heuscher, District 7. Jock Fleming, South Region. And Stacia Cannon, North Region. And I already introduced myself. I'm Kyle. I represent District 2. So next, I'd like to introduce our 2022 candidates for the DMEA board. All 3 of our seats were contested this year. The elections concluded with the start of this business meeting, and the results will be announced later in the meeting. Again, candidates, I ask you to stand and announce your name, or as I announce your name. District 3, Alan Mike Atwood. Thank you, Mike. Jacob Gray. District 4, Ken Watson. Tom Y. Sawyer. South Region, Jock Fleming. Ross Carter. Thank you, everyone, for running. It's not an easy thing to do, so we appreciate it. We appreciate your interest in serving your fellow co-op members. And next on to the portion that you're all dying to hear is where we review DMEA's major accomplishments over the past year. Sorry, I'm not very good at this slide thing. So we had all hoped 2021 would be a brighter and better year than 2020, but I think we can all agree that there were many obstacles that DMEA faced last year, but we overcame every one of them and served our members with reliable, safe, and affordable power. I commend DMEA's hardworking employees for the many accomplishments that I will be covering today. So thank you to everyone wearing the shirts that's helping you out around the building today. Let's start with the big picture. As board members, we're not involved in the day-to-day operations of DMEA. Rather, our role is to guide the cooperative by representing the needs and interests of our members. We help determine the overall strategy for DMEA. Today, I'd like to cover 3 major strategic efforts DMEA continued to push forward in 2021, which are expanding Elevate Internet to our members, rate stability, and local energy development. Like electricity, internet, or should I say, fast internet, is necessary for modern life. In 2021, DMEA continued to push forward on expanding our network. We added 280 miles to our fiber network, and now more than 60% of DMEA members have access to gigabit internet. But perhaps the biggest milestone that we met in 2021 was surpassing 10,000 customers. So let me say that again, 10,000 Elevate customers. I can remember back in the day when we were talking with co-ops that had looked at going into fiber, and the successful ones had 3,000 to 5,000 customers, so it still blows my mind today that DMEA has 10,000, so good job. I know I speak for all of us when I say thank you, the members, for choosing Elevate when you do. I also know that many of you are still waiting, including me. We're committed to getting to you. Thanks to the large grant from Rural Utility Services, we just started working on expanding our Elevate network to 2,400 homes in Olathe and Delta. We also just submitted another application to RUS that, if granted, would allow us to expand our network to another 1,400 DMEA member locations. Now I may have started my report with internet because that's where we get a lot of questions. They're related to when will I have Elevate? But there's just as much to celebrate for DMEA. I'm happy to announce that once again, DMEA stayed true to our word and held rates steady for 2022. Rate stability has always been our priority, and it was the main catalyst to beginning a partnership with Guzman Energy. 2021 marked our first full year with Guzman Energy, and last year we reduced our wholesale power cost by $4.7 million. Meanwhile, our kilowatt-hour sales remained relatively steady. But now for the best line of my report, that there is not a rate increase planned for 2023 either, so that's awesome. Another benefit to our partnership with Guzman Energy is the flexibility to develop more local energy. Local energy development boosts our grid's resilience, aids in reliability, and provides affordable energy for our members. In March, we experienced a setback when the Garnet Mesa Solar Project failed to receive permitting from the Delta County Board of Commissioners. But DMEA, Guzman Energy, and Citra, the project development company, didn't give up. We're listening to your feedback and the concerns from our county commissioners. We're improving that application, and we will be supporting the refiling with the commissioners next month. If approved, this project would produce enough local energy to power roughly 18,000 homes, boosting our local power generation to approximately 20%. Another thing to note that comes with a long-term power contract with set prices that further adds to our ability to hold rates steady. I want to thank our Delta County Commissioners for their consideration and our members for your support in this project. That concludes my portion of this evening's report. I appreciate your time. Next, I will turn it over to our Chief Executive Officer, Alyssa Clemson-Roberts.
Thank you, Kyle. This is my first annual meeting as your CEO at DMEA, and I know it's been a while since you've been able to have this event in person, and I am so great to be here with you tonight. The turnout, I believe, is a testament to the strength of our communities in Western Colorado. As a newcomer, my team came to me and asked me, what do you want to focus on in your speech? Because, goodness sake, they would never let me write it myself, right? So I said community. And there are 7 guiding principles for cooperatives such as DMEA. And number 7 has always been my favorite. It's near and dear to my heart, concern for community. And while listening to Kyle speak about our Elevate success and our commitment to local energy development, as well as our stable rates, I'm proud to say, and I'm proud to know, that members and community are at the heart of everything we do at DMEA. Of course, it's always our goal to deliver safe and reliable energy. Thank you to our engineering and operations teams. You may not know, but they're responsible for inspecting, building, and maintaining our wires and poles throughout our territory. We had 2 major reliability projects in 2021, one of them being a new control house in South Canal. This provides us with better control and safety of our equipment in the field. And then we also built a new redundant power line in Delta County. This allows us to reroute power in times of trouble and bad weather to keep the lights on for you. I would also say that powering to DMEA is more than electricity. In 2021, we doubled our crisis fund and awarded over $12,000 to individuals and families in time of emergency. And you, our members, really stepped up. Your Operation Roundup donations allowed us to grant $55,000. Let's say that again, $55,000 to families and nonprofit organizations throughout our territory. This went to things like unexpected medical emergencies, it went to food banks, and it went to homeless shelters. Thank you. I am overwhelmed at the generosity of our members. And then finally, I want to say I'm proud of what we accomplished in 2021. We had a lot of challenges, like everyone did. But I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that 2021 ended in crisis. In November, DMEA suffered a massive and malicious cybersecurity attack. And you're probably sitting out there wondering, has the CEO gone rogue? What does this have to do with community? And I assure you I'm going to get there. It has everything to do with community. So first, I want to take a minute to thank our employees. You were creative in your solutions. You were patient as we tried to find ways forward. And you came together as a team and you worked some incredible hours. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I want to thank the board for their support during our time of crisis. You were there for me. You took my phone call. You provided encouragement to me and to staff. It was amazing. And number three, I want to thank the members. While we were in the process of rebuilding, we utilized all of our customer service reps to re-input data. So that meant that someone else had to answer the phone. So every single person who wasn't working on lines, restoring power, or inputting data took a turn on the phones. I spent 2 days answering your phone calls. You didn't know it was me, I didn't tell you. But you restored my faith in humanity. You were kind, you were gracious, you were generous, and you were supportive. And for that, I will thank you forever. With that, I want to thank you tonight for coming. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Enjoy the pizza and the ice cream outside. Go introduce yourself to DMEA staff member. They love to meet the people they serve. And with that, I will invite DMEA's legal counsel, Jeff Hurd, to the stage to share with you our 2022 Board of Directors elections. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. As Alyssa said, my name is Jeff Hurd, and I'm DMEA's legal counsel. It is very nice to see you all in person and be back together for another annual meeting. It's now my pleasure to announce the results of the 2022 Board of Directors election. The first election is in District 3, which covers much of the eastern part of DMEA's service territory. The candidates in this race, as mentioned before, were Jacob Gray, the incumbent, and Mike Atwood, the challenger. There were 2,778 votes cast in this election, and the winner, with 1,648 of those votes, representing 59.3% of the results, is Jacob Gray. Please join me in congratulating Jacob on his re-election. The next race is for District 4, which is Montrose County east of the city of Montrose. The candidates in this election were Ken Watson, the incumbent, and Tom Sawyer, the challenger. There were 2,765 votes cast in this race, and the winner, with 1,722 votes, representing 62.3% of the results, is Ken Watson. Please join me in congratulating Ken on his re-election to the DMEA board. The last race is for the South region, which is the southern half of DMEA's service territory. The candidates here were Jock Fleming, the incumbent, and Ross Carter, the challenger. There were 2,775 votes cast in this race, and the results are as follows. The winner, with 1,896 votes, representing 68.3% of the vote, is Jock Fleming. Please join me in congratulating Jock on his re-election. This concludes the election results for the 2022 Board of Directors election. And with that, I will turn things over to Kyle. Thank you all.
All right, now to the fun part of the meeting. We're now officially open to member comments and questions. To ask a question, please raise your hand or stand, and our staff will bring over a microphone. In order to ensure that we will finish all business on the agenda, we will limit questions to one member, or one question per member, and we will end the official question period at 6:25. If you have additional questions after that time, the board members and executive team will be available throughout the evening. So throw your best questions at us. Bueller? I didn't catch it, I'm sorry.
I just was wondering if we have any linesmen with us today. I want to thank them so much for the dangerous work they do. And that's all I've got to say.
Oh, if there are any linemen here.
Thank you, ma'am. I know we have several linemen here tonight. If you can pop out and wave. I see one of you. Wave for me. So I think we have about 5 or 6 here tonight, and they're posted throughout, mostly kind of hiding over there. They're kind of silent heroes is what I would say. So thanks for acknowledging them. We appreciate their hard work as well.
I just want to know about the solar array north of town, on how it's working and what's going on with it. Or is it just sitting there waiting? Is it putting out power?
Becky, could you repeat that?
He had a question about the solar array north of town along the highway.
That's a private project, so it's a behind-the-meter project that isn't DMEA related. It's just like if you were to put solar panels on your roof, that's the same type of concept there. Any more? Thank you, Laura.
I'm one of the 10,000 new customers that you've added here to in the last year or two, whatever that stat was. And I moved from Uray County, and I'll share with you that the reliable, clean, the energy feed is so much cleaner than I experienced down there. The amount of brownouts was crashing computers in between your high-speed internet that you guys been able to provide, as well as a really clean power feed. It's allowed work that was really interrupted just one county over. So I commend you for the reliability of the service that you provide, the affordability of it, and as we look at all the price increases in every part of our life, to hear that not only do we maintain rates last year, but you've set us up in a future to maintain rates at least for the next year is really, really commendable. I thank you for that, and in a year of leadership turnover on a lot of parts of the corner suite, I commend you for keeping a good vision and sticking together in a world in turmoil. So thank you, all your board and the executives, along with all the employees, for the reliable and affordable energy you provide.
If all the San Miguel former members are like that, we'll take all of them. Thank you. Any other questions? We had till 6:25, but it looks like you guys want to get back to ice cream and swimming.
We got one.
Oh, sorry.
Did the solar array farm that was going to be projected in the F Road area of Delta County, can somebody give us an idea of what that cost is to produce a solar array like that? And then how long does it take to recoup the expenses from the construction?
I can't hear you, Ken. Is it? Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was just making sure I heard your question right. All the speakers are facing that way, so I can't hear. So that project, we are not actually building it ourselves. We are just an off-taker of the project. So we have a contract, it's called a PPA, but we purchase that power through a contract. So our upfront expense is pretty minimal in terms of purchasing that power. We'll have an agreement that says what we'll pay through the life of that contract. So we will know the price year one, in whatever the ending year is, we will know the price every year during that contract.
Yeah, I'm Dave Roberts. No relation, I don't think, but the Elevate program, I have a question. Is there someone on your staff that's real sharp on IT issues? So if we had, I called a year ago to get some information, and I really never got a satisfactory answer. So is there a staff person?
Yes, sir, there is. In fact, I will find him when this ends, and we will go track him down, and Dakota will be able to help you. I know he's out there somewhere. So Dakota, if you can hear me, I will find you when we're done up here. How's that sound?
Carol Gack, and my question is, I don't really know quite how to word it, but are we doing anything, or is there anything that we can do, or as we upgrade our, all of our facilities and so on, where we can protect better against the grid, or is there anything we can do locally to help? We keep hearing all the things that could happen, but do we have anything in place to help upgrade us and so on to protect against the grid going down?
Yes, ma'am, we can. And I will tell you, after the cybersecurity attack in November, we built back way better. So we have put a number of security protocols, policies, and practices in place. We added a position to the team to lead that group. He starts in 2 weeks. And we also have an outside security consultant that monitors. So we do daily scans, we've implemented latest and greatest technology, and our backups are good, they are strong. So if we were to suffer another attack, it would be momentary, a blink, and not the catastrophic event it was. So yes, we are participating in webinars, security events, tabletop exercises, and we have multiple firms that are watching our back from the outside. So we are absolutely, I assure you, taking the threat seriously. And I can't promise that it won't happen again, but one thing I can tell you with all certainty is that the position that we are in, should something like that happen, is 1,000 times stronger than where we were. So while it was unfortunate and uncomfortable, it did force us to look at our protocols and practices, and we are in very, very good shape. Thank you for your question.
Sure, we'll give you one more.
In regards to that last one, do you ever catch the bad actors?
Sir, I don't know if they've caught them, because we know who's responsible, but you don't know because it's all behind the scenes. So what I would tell you is we've turned over information to local, state, and federal authorities, and my hope is that they will get everything that's coming to them.
Okay. Any more questions? Last chance. Let me make sure I'm on the right spot. Okay, I'll conclude that portion of the meeting for member comments. Again, staff and the board will be around here, so if you have any other questions, just please feel free to come find us. Before I adjourn the meeting, a few reminders regarding this year's door prizes. We're trying something new. So all of you have a goodie bag, or hopefully you have your goodie bag. Take a look inside of it. If you have a small trophy in there, you're one of the lucky prize winners. So we randomly stash trophies in 35 bags. If you've got one, head up to the prize table near the front door, so behind you, to claim your prize. So for those of you who did not get to eat before the meeting, dinner will open up again after we adjourn and will be available throughout the evening. Please make your way through the pool deck and over to the parking lot by the pickleball courts for dessert. I saw some of you had dessert before dinner. That's okay. So with that, I now officially adjourn the 2022 DMEA annual meeting. Thank you all for joining us today.